You'd be surprised how many people skip this important aspect of their physical health journey. And it's stupid simple, scheduling time in your day to exercise. This video is for beginners, but really for anyone who's dealing with an injury or lacking the motivation to take care of themselves. Even if you already work out, it'll probably help you stick to your goals. I'm a kinesiologist and a strength coach, and here's what I've learned. Most people can't go from 0 to 3 workouts per week, but they try every time and fail miserably. We have great guidelines when it comes to exercise and health, but regular people don't care to follow them. And why would they? You're basically giving someone more chores to do during the week. So here's my solution. Start with a daily practice. The same way you would for meditation or journaling. This can be a 10-minute walk, 10 minutes of stretching, but something you can do every single day. Throw in a podcast while going for a walk, or make sure you do some stretches while watching TV. If walking outside feels overwhelming, you can start with chair-assisted marches while playing video games or flipping on your phone. I know it sounds silly, but it actually works. So set timers on your phone, use a schedule maker, but don't wait until you feel like doing exercise. I can tell you that getting treatments helps for obvious reasons. You're seeing a professional to help recover from an injury faster. But for that treatment plan to work, you need to see them on a weekly basis for a dedicated treatment block. And that recovery depends largely on your adherence or your willingness to follow that home exercise program that they gave you. You might feel better after a massage or a chiro appointment, but that feeling quickly goes away within a few days. These services aren't necessarily bad. I have plenty of friends who work in those industries, but you're not using them the way they're intended, which is largely increasing a therapeutic window of pain-free movement. This is your opportunity to actually move and rehab those tissues, but most people just wait for their next session. What sucked about working in a clinical setting was the sheer amount of people who wouldn't show up to their appointments. We would have patients on workers' comp, here it's WSIB, who would skip appointments despite being off work, having a case manager, and I'm not shitting on these people. This cookie cutter system doesn't work for everyone because they wouldn't always get better, and therapists would get paid whether they showed up or not, and even start to get frustrated and label their patients as lazy or not willing to get better. It's gotten so bad that more clinics have become cash-based and stopped dealing with WSIB or workers' comp altogether. This is all to say that people think they can get better with these services alone, and that's just not how it works anymore. You need to invest just as much of your personal time in getting better. What pisses me off is every Instagram guru out there selling these 12-week transformation programs and overpriced services, telling you how broken you are. None of that shit matters. You're eventually going to have to start working again. Why not focus on practical ways to get there? Plan 10 minutes of physical activity into your day. I provided resources in the description. Is this the end all be all? Of course not, but you need to reach mediocre results before chasing excellence. And I hate to sound preachy, but this stuff is important to figure out. If you're feeling weak and fragile in your 20s, it's only gonna get worse. And sadly, there's no magical cure to fix this. Why not be ready for tough periods in your life? Why not have something you can fall back on when you're not feeling good or when you're too busy and you have other obligations? And look, I'm not preaching from some place of perfect health. I'm currently on sick leave dealing with ongoing seizures. So I'm literally following this advice myself, in between the multiple naps I have to take throughout the day. So remember this, if your health and fitness goals feel overwhelming, it's probably because the first step isn't tailored to your capacity. Start where you can actually show up.